dark.
Yeah. Want to get the light? It's good to be fashionably late, right, guys?
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Hey, if you are here and you can hear us and everything's good, just let us know in the comments. I tried to comment myself, but I didn't get any responses.
It says you're not able to come in.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe we need the pop-out chat. Oh.
People are answering.
Okay. Now I see the responses. Let's put it back over here if we can. No, it's not working on this side. I'll leave it popped out.
Do you want this?
Yeah, just put it like right here probably. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, folks.
So I guess we'll do this like we normally do. It's just kind of like hanging out and chatting and Q&A and update.
Yeah, let's tell them. In Martinique, we're pretty much in France. Everyone speaks French.
Yep. So for those of you guys who don't know, Martinique is in the Eastern Caribbean in the Windward Islands. We're up maybe 200 miles from Grenada, 200 miles north of Grenada. We're just north of St. Lucia and just south of Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a French. I guess it's a French territory.
I guess.
Like similar to how Puerto Rico is to the U.S. from our understanding.
But like no English.
We have tried a little bit.
Very, very little. We've tried to go out to dinner 2 nights in a row. We've been turned away. We don't know what they're saying. They're either full or you need a reservation.
Well, it's been New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, so I think that we just don't understand them, but you need a reservation, and I hope it's not because they just don't like us.
Yeah. And what else? We went grocery shopping today. The food is so cheap.
And delicious.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Meats, cheeses, wines,
bread,
fruits, pineapple. I haven't been able to get pineapple in forever, and I got show them my pineapple. A giant pineapple
for like $1. No, $2.
€2.
Well, it's $2. Yeah.
So it's awesome here. Where are we going next? Dominica. We're just gonna work our way back up.
We're probably gonna stay. We've been in Martinique for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And we're probably gonna stay in Martinique for at least another week, I would say. Once we got here, I realized how many resources are here, and I was contemplating rebuilding our engine here. But after today, I mean, even just getting a rebuild kit's gonna be 10 to 12 days from Monday. So.
Yep. So next is Dominica. We really want to see their sperm whales there. There's supposed to be lots of waterfalls, lots of hiking. I think good fishing. Guadeloupe. Billy wants to go surfing. He's heard there's amazing waves there.
As well as here.
Yeah.
But Guadeloupe. Yeah.
And then Antigua, Barbuda, and then St. Martin, BVIs, USVIs, Puerto Rico, and possibly Dominican Republic, Bahamas, Florida.
Yep. And we might be in St. Martin for hopefully not more than a month, but maybe up to a month while I rebuild my engine. That's mostly if we have to wait for parts.
Yep. And then when we get to Florida, the whole reason we're going back there is because my sister is getting married. We also need to take the boat out of the water and redo the bottom. We were getting some gnarly growth on there.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, we are. We are. All right.
Time for questions. Oh.
And mud baths, that's something we haven't heard about in St. Lucia. So on our way up from Grenada, we went to a little island called Carriacou. That's part of Grenada still, but another island, really cool spot, so we liked it there. And then we went into St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
And we really, really loved Frigate Island, where Billy did a ton of kiting. And we loved the Tobago Keys, and we loved Mairu, and we loved Bequia. Bequia was one of our favorite islands. We skipped the main island of St. Vincent, and we skipped St. Lucia.
We had to. It's just, we don't have enough time to do everything, and yep, we had to skip it.
But we will be back.
I know, yeah. Our friends Ruby Rose mentioned a few places we should go there, and then some of you guys mentioned a few places in St. Lucia, but it's just, I don't know. We just don't have enough time. We had to skip it.
So one of the things I'm seeing a few times is Zangara. Did we hear about Zangara? We did. We are friends with them. We got an email. Very heartbreaking, but they are crazy good people, and they are going. They're still going. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. So if anyone wants to give them a little love, I think they're passing around their Patreon page to hopefully figure out what they're doing next. So patreon.com/ I think Sailing Zangara. Yep. They do have the same boat as us, but all of our boats are built in different places. They're all, can you describe that?
Yeah, they have the same boat as us, same model too. It's a Crowther Spindrift. But all of these boats were built by different people in different places. They were never a production boat. So yeah. Are we worried about our boat after that? It makes you think a little bit, but I haven't seen any signs of what happened to them happening to our boat. Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see, I don't know if they have any signs either, but yeah, where the hulls connect to the bridge deck, if that was going to happen, you would start to see stretch cracks probably in that connection. And yeah, one other big difference between our boats, I saw their backstays were connected to the outer parts of their aft, the outer section of the aft section of their hulls. Ours are on the inner section of the aft section of our hulls. So just a little slightly different force pulling outward section up or the inward section up. I don't know, that's probably a little too technical.
So for our boats, you can buy the plans and then people would home build them, and you can do things differently. So they're not all identical. Our boats are not identical, but
just same model. And ours actually, I think the Mark II version or something with the different cabin top, no pop top, and the extended sterns. So I don't know where where theirs was built. I'm curious. If anyone knows, let us know in the comments.
I don't know, but they are super inspiring. They're great people. If you have not watched their YouTube channel, you definitely should. They are trying to go around the world on a small budget, and their characters, Kimmy's crazy cool. They're both good divers, so go check them out.
Yeah, they're great.
Nebraska. Hello from Nebraska. I'm sure you're a little chilly right now.
Someone asked, what's your next boat? We're not sure what our next boat's going to be, but probably this is something we've been wanting to talk about, all the boat work and stuff. I'm so glad we've always owned really old, really fixer-upper boats. That's the only way we got here. That's the only way we could afford this boat, but all the other boats as well. We would never be able to, when we bought our trawler Neverland, we never would have been able to afford that boat if it was up mint. Like a mint, or even everything working 34-foot trawler. It was like half restored, and that's how we got it cheap, and then we finished it and then sold it. Same with this boat. It was really beat up. It needed a lot of work. Still does, but we're getting there. It's a whole different boat from when we bought it. So, but for the future, our next boat in the future, I think we might want to go with a little bit of a newer boat. I'm so glad we did what we did with these older boats. You learn so much. I would recommend it to anyone, I think. Maybe with some caveats in there.
Yeah, but you learn along the way. And if you buy a brand new boat from the beginning, like something goes wrong, how the heck are you going to know how to fix it? It was like turnkey. You didn't learn anything along the way. You learned how to rebuild a transmission. We learned how to do rotted woodwork. We learned how to rip out windows. We learned a lot of stuff. But I think the next boat we're on, whenever that is, it's going to be a boat we're going to be on for a very long time.
Yeah. So, and I think we're not going to want to spend another year working on it. So it'll probably be a little bit of a newer boat. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a catamaran. You think it's going to be a catamaran?
Oh, heck yeah.
Definitely multi-hull. Catamaran.
Yeah. But catamaran versus monohull.
Yeah. Catamaran.
We're cat people.
We're definitely on the catamaran train.
But if you are looking to get into this lifestyle, you can buy an amazing monohull for whatever. How much? What am I trying to say? You can buy much more of a boat in a monohull than you could in a catamaran.
Yeah, absolutely. Like $100,000 for a monohull, you could get a sick boat, really, really good boat. $100,000 for cat.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you get a nice boat, but
you're going to need to do a lot of work. You're not going to be ready to turnkey and go on a $100,000 cat. Hi from Seattle. Cool.
What was I gonna say about that?
Seattle, Washington. Have you ever been to the San Juan Islands?
And if so, have you ever seen orcas?
It's on my list. We're going sometime soon, hopefully.
Do you miss your trawler? Not really. We miss the turnkey and go sometimes, but not really. And the open space compared to this boat. This boat you got to kind of move around and be a little bit agile, and the open space on the trawler was pretty nice. And then the like steering from above, that like high vantage point, that was cool.
Yeah, we had a lot more like living room in there.
But no, this boat, we like this boat so much more than the trawler. I think we're sailors. We like sailing.
Billy's more of a sailor than I am. He's a very good sailor.
But what about like when we were on our way here to Martinique? It was perfect, right?
Yeah.
It was silent. We were cruising 8 knots steady, and it was great.
Have you gotten any better at fishing yet?
We're getting worse, I think.
Yeah, what the heck is going on? So we did a jump from like all these islands. We're jumping from island to island. They're about anywhere between 20 and 40 miles.
Well,
deep water.
Yeah, between the channels between the islands are 10 to 20 miles apart.
Deep water, all on ledges. We are catching nothing. Yesterday or 3 days ago when we were on our way here, we were in the biggest school of flying fish. We had boobies, brown boobies, diving. Our boat was covered in bird poop. We were in about 5,000 feet of water. Nothing. But we did spear a lionfish yesterday, if that counts. Everyone would like to see Jetty. She's right at our feet. What happened?
I'm just trying to
Excuse me, come here. Come here. She's not supposed to be on the couch. Say hi.
So people keep asking about our engine. No, someone offered us a new engine for a very good price, but it's still the logistics
of getting it
and the timing and the price is still,
we are
pretty
super
high.
Grateful for that person. It was an amazing thing for them to go out of their way and send us that email, but it shipping and it's just complicated.
Hey mom.
Hi.
Oh, thanks so much, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
We speared a lionfish. We'll get back to the engine in a second. We speared a lionfish yesterday. Mm-hmm. And Sierra made lionfish ceviche. It
was actually really good. So you cut up the lionfish into little chunks. You marinate it you're supposed to just marinate it in lime juice, but I like a little sweeter, so I marinated it in lime and orange juice. And the next day I added mango, avocado, garlic, onion, and a little bit more lime juice, and it was delicious.
Yeah, so good. So back to the engine. So what are we going to do with that?
We're attempting to get to St. Martin. We're going to have some stuff shipped there, and hopefully we can get a rebuild kit shipped there.
Before we get there, so it's there ready and waiting for us. Our engine still runs. It just has low compression, low power, and some black smoke out the exhaust. So it still runs. We can use it if we have to, but the sailing we're doing now is so easy. It's mostly on a reach, and then after that it'll be all downwind. So we could make it all the way back to Florida, no problem, without the engine. It's just kind of the in-between stuff where we would like both engines to be working for, like getting in and out of harbors, stuff like that.
And we want family to come visit, and like the BVIs, and if we're restricted to not being able to move when we want, it's not as fun.
Right. But yeah, so I was thinking about rebuilding the engine St. Martin if it works out. Otherwise, going all the way back to Florida and then rebuilding it. I talked to some guys here in Martinique, and between our French and English, she doesn't know that you're looking at her, mother. Between our French and English, the language barrier, but it could have gotten a little mixed up. But one guy was adamant about no power, like low power, low compression. He said the engine was shot, but a lot of other people have said otherwise, that they're easy to rebuild. And I thought in my head, the worst case scenario, like the piston, the block is so worn that you had to get it rebored a little bigger and then go with oversized rings or something. That's worst case scenario. You can do that. But this guy said, no, it's not worth it. So I don't know. We'll see. There's no sleeves in this engine, but you could rebore it and put a sleeve in, I think. I don't know what the cost would be for something like that, though. Thank you so much, Tom from Maryland. USS Brayton.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Mrs. Sweezy. Everyone say hi to Billy's mom. She is on the super chat. Ooh, so many. I can't read this fast. Are your parents joining you for any more sailing soon?
Well, my mom was going to come for a few days. I think she will soon, but I don't know where. Somewhere in the Caribbean.
Dominica, maybe?
Yeah. I think my dad will probably hopefully meet us in the BVIs or something. Hi, Billy's mom. Hi, Billy's mom. Hi, Billy's mom.
Oh, man. Okay, we've had a lot more questions about Zangara. There's like 10 more.
Yeah.
We did hear about Zangara. We are super happy they're okay. They're in Hawaii right now, I believe. We don't know too much of the technical details of what happened, but their boat was damaged. Our boat is different than theirs. They're all home built by different people in different places.
But if you guys want to, we just talked about it. So if you guys are watching this after or you didn't get to that, you can always go back. And I don't want to repeat stuff for people who were here the whole time.
But if you do want to share some love, go check out their Patreon and they tell you all about what happened. Thank you so much, Derek. Miami Boat Show. I don't think we'll be there because it's very hard to fly anywhere and leave the boat and leave Jetty. So
yeah, 99% chance we won't be there, unfortunately. We'll probably be in Annapolis next year, and then I don't know.
Yeah. Do you ever experience problem with using U.S. currency? No, because we don't have any U.S. dollars right now. We ran out of our U.S. dollars in the Bahamas, but we have a lot of extra Bahamian money. Right now we're in euros. Last island we're in ECs. So we try to use credit card as much as we can, but when we're not, we just take out little increments on whatever currency we're in at the ATMs.
People keep asking about the engine. A few people said you could rebore it and add sleeves, and that was my understanding. This guy was like, no way. But yeah, it should be for, a couple $100. You should be able to do that. I'm guessing from any machine shop, and putting in a sleeve shouldn't be that hard. Just probably freeze it to shrink it and then pop it in. If you guys know anything about that, we have some help on that. I have some emails that guys offering help who really know their stuff, so I'm gonna reach out to them a little more.
Are you ever consider building your dream boat? That would take a long time.
Yeah.
Billy really wants to build a canoe.
Yeah. I've been dreaming up this little 18-foot double outrigger sailing paddling canoe to use as a tender. The amas would fold in and the bow and stern would fold up to make it shorter so that you can lift it up kind of how we lift our dinghy up. Although I would really miss our dinghy if we had to pick one or the other. I don't think we could make that trade. Yeah. But anyway.
People want to know how we met.
We met because on my very first sailboat, Tula, coming down the Intracoastal, I broke down in Jupiter, Florida, and I stopped there. I got a job, and Sierra was the first person I met, and she looked over all my references and made sure I was qualified.
And then the rest was history. Anchor suggestions for a 40-foot trawler. We didn't really like our anchor on our trawler.
Yeah, we had a pivoting CQR. And yeah, we didn't like that anchor at all. I had a fixed plow anchor on Tula, and the fixed plow anchor. No, and we had a fixed plow anchor on the trawler, and that anchor was good. We had a pivoting CQR on this boat before we got the Mantis. Yeah, and we didn't like I think.
I don't remember.
We didn't like the pivoting CQR, the CQR anchor at all.
But we do love our Mantis anchor.
Yeah, we really like the Mantis.
So I don't know what size you would need for a 40-foot trawler, but look at
probably around our size. Ours is 45 pounds. Probably around the same size. Maybe one size up if you want.
Yes, I am a native Floridian. I know. They're a rare breed around here.
Jetty's 6 years old, and Sierra rescued her from, your parents gave her to you for a gift. But
she was my 18th birthday present, but she was a rescue, and she was from Alabama. She was going to down, and a shelter from Florida goes up to all these other states, and they get dogs in high kill shelters, and they bring them down, and they find families. So my mom saw her, and it was all over.
So this guy asks, do you know where your first boat, Tula, is now, and have you visited her? She is somewhere in the lower Chesapeake, in a small town in Virginia, I believe. And I see the owner's posts here and there. He actually replaced her engine with an electric engine. He's been keeping up with her.
And I think you can follow it on Instagram. Isn't it Sailing Tula?
I think he has an Instagram. He does have Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's called Sailing Tula or something along those lines.
Thank you so much, Daniel Forrest. That was so nice of you.
Oh man. Last Don 87. Thank you so much. What did he say?
Ever considered having people come and stand on adrenaline? So the only problem with having
tell them the question so that other people can.
The question was, have you ever considered having people come on board with us? And the only issue is that Jetty's not great with strangers. Really not good with strangers. Once she loves you, but until then, so it's kind of hard to have just people come over. But someday we want to do like a big sail day or something.
Like when we have strangers on the boat just for like an evening or something, we have to keep Jetty on the leash. She'll trail him around even when she's being watched and stuff, and she'll eventually like nip him.
She's a guard dog.
So unfortunately, yeah.
Hi, Evie.
Evie.
4th generation.
Wow. I didn't know they go back that far. That's like all the way back to a land remembered times.
Stop. That's
it
rude.
Well, no, it's not. 4th generation.
Oh. What did Jetty get for Christmas? Well, Christmas's presents are sitting in Jupiter at our P.O. box, and hopefully we're going to get them shipped to St. Martin. She's got a bag of Oinkies waiting for her.
Thank you so much, James, from Manitoba. We're glad you like our videos. Let us know. Yeah, always let us know what you like about them and what you don't like about them so that we can make sure we do more of what you guys like in them.
What drone? You said?
Oh, yeah. So we had one drone for a long time. It was a DJI Phantom 3 standard. It's the big white one with legs. But it was an older model, so it was really cheap.
It was Phantom 3 standard. I got it online on Amazon with the Fly More package for like $530.
That drone was awesome. Like the battery lasted forever. The video quality is really good. It shot in 1080, even 2.7K, and it had the feet, so it was easier to launch and land from the boat underway. I just crashed that in Beckway. So that one's out of commission right now. Might be fixable. I haven't really gotten a chance to look at it. And then we got another drone, a little DJI Mavic Air, and that's a great drone because it folded out real small and you could bring it anywhere easily, but it didn't have anywhere near the battery capacity, and it didn't have the flying power.
But it was a great drone, and it had a bad death.
Yeah, I lost that one in the ocean. So we're
about 400 feet of water, so we couldn't get it.
So we're droneless right now.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
Holy smokes. Hey, it's Wolf here since 5,000. That's awesome. That was way back. That was probably, no, that was on the trawler, but that was back in the day, like 4 years ago.
Oh, man. Any kite surfing videos coming up soon?
Yeah. I don't know how soon.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines did a lot of kiting.
Yeah. Frigate Island off of Union Island was really, really fun. And then I did some kiting in the Tobago Keys and then in Beckway. So much fun.
Claire, do you have a spindrift? They're wondering if we suffer from hobby horsing. Not really, because we are always told to never keep too much weight in the front, right?
Yeah, and the bow and stern. Keep all your weight out of the bow and stern.
So that is one of the reasons Billy is so weight conscious.
Hobby horsing, for people who don't know, like if this is the bow of the boat and this is the stern of the boat, hobby horsing is just like constantly back and forth while you're sailing. And our model boat are known to kind of do that, especially if you load up the bows and the sterns. But ours isn't too bad. We also don't have much to compare it to. We haven't been on many other catamarans, so I gotta say that as well.
Yeah, we don't have much other experience. Ontario, Canada. How cold is it where you are right now? Let's see.
Kiora. Thank you so much, Kiora.
Ooh, from New Zealand.
I actually just talked to I met a few people from New Zealand the other day. Really cool Kiwis. Have you ever thought about sailing Caribbean, out of the Caribbean, such as Pacific or Med?
The Pacific is known to be pretty tough to bring a dog, so that would have to be a lot of research. But we thought about it.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't go somewhere if we know Jetty can't get off the boat. We're just going to hang around here if that's the case.
Or if she has to be quarantined for any period of time.
Yeah, she likes to. There's a lot of people around here that have dogs and they just have them stay on the boat. But Jetty likes to run.
Yeah, she's still young too. She's got to be active and running around. She loves to play. So we'd like to go in the Pacific. I think we will. And I think there is a way we can do it with Jetty and just pick exactly where we go. Make sure, we research and pick where she can go. The Med, it'd be cool. I think, yeah.
One of these days.
If we're gonna cross an ocean, I think we'd like to cross the Pacific if we can with Jetty. Say that. Get over to French Polynesia with some really good waves and surf.
Oh. We have 2 rescues and they can be jittery, but Jetty is pretty cool. I think you guys have all good vids. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, John Davis. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's to all you guys. Let us know if you guys have any New Year's resolutions and what they are. How are the reefs? Healthy?
We were diving
so mixed.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And parts of it were pretty deadish, but parts of it were amazing. So I think it just depends where you are.
Yeah, and that's honestly, that's how it's been all through the Lower Caribbean so far. It's been up and down, like totally dead or pretty vibrant. But overall, not a lot of big fish at all. Like we rarely see something that we would spearfish like if we were in the Bahamas. Spear.
Did you ever do a compression test on your engine?
No, I did hire the mechanic from Palm Tree Marine, and that's kind of what I wanted him to do. But when he came over and he turned the flywheel by hand and felt that there was like no compression in one cylinder and just a little bit, just borderline in the other cylinder, he pretty much just said, it's got to be rebuilt, so you should open it up and see what you got. I guess I didn't realize at the time to push maybe and see if he could do a compression test anyway, because that could help you determine exactly what it is, especially a leak down test, which some of you had mentioned. But he's pretty much right. The only hard part for us is what parts do we need. So if that didn't matter, if timing didn't matter and getting parts didn't matter, then he's right. Like just open it up and see what you got.
What are some of our scariest moments? Number 1, when Jetty jumped off the dinghy when we were spearfishing and we thought we lost her.
We searched for
2 hours.
Yeah. Like
I thought she got eaten by a shark. Yeah, definitely the top of the list.
And
there.
For you, I know a lot of you guys have seen that video, but if you haven't seen that video, Jetty, we got back to the dinghy. Jetty wasn't there. She swam up. It turned out she swam a mile, 0.9 miles. I measured on the chart to the beach on Manowar Key in the Bahamas.
We were searching for 2 hours, screaming, crying. Finally get to the beach. She's just chilling under a gazebo. You know.
So that was the scariest moment.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, you were scared in that lightning storm one time in the trawler in the Bahamas.
Yeah, lightning's terrifying.
But besides that,
what's your scariest moment? I get scared a lot. When do you get scared?
The other day, we almost got run over by a freaking 50-foot catamaran. We had the right of way, and they were not giving way, and they almost hit us.
Yeah, pretty scary.
They turned at the last minute when we were about to turn.
They almost cut all our fishing lines, too.
Would you recommend someone single living aboard a sailboat, but has a full-time job?
Living on a sailboat, like, could be just the same as living in a house. Like, you don't have a backyard. Maybe it's small, but you dinghy to the dock, you go do your normal job. Like, that's what a lot of people do. Instead of living in a house, they live on a boat. They don't necessarily travel everywhere, but that's their home.
Yeah, it depends where you are. Living on anchor is great. You just have the added challenge of having to dinghy to the dock every day. and then getting your water and your supplies and stuff back and forth. There's a lot of liveaboard marinas, but that can be just as expensive as a lot of apartments in a lot of places. So just kind of research it, but it's a great life.
Do you get seasick? I throw up every once in a while.
We both don't feel 100% like if we go offshore for more than a day. But we also don't give ourselves enough time. We don't, like, the max we ever do is maybe 3 days or 4 days at once. But you need 4, 5, 6 days to get used to it. And I've experienced that delivering a boat, but you haven't. So you've never gotten over the seasickness and just felt completely normal when it's still wavy.
Yeah. Have we met Sophie and Brian? They just crossed the Atlantic. We haven't met them yet, but we heard they just landed, so we will look for them here.
Yeah.
Must be super exciting to be back and see land.
I wonder how many days it took them.
I don't know.
Did you get your captain's license?
No. Did you?
No.
We want to. Hopefully this summer when we're back, we want to get it done.
Have we used our generator?
All the time. Video coming out soon, telling you all about it.
So should we tell them what that video is?
Sure.
We got a water maker, which is amazing. We went with the Rain Man water maker, and we made a really good video. I think it came out really well. So look for it soon, and probably be the next video, hopefully.
And it runs off the generator.
Yeah, it does.
Isn't it great?
You know what
Sometimes Billy even charges his laptop off the generator too.
The water maker was heavy and the generator is heavy. Together, all the components of each probably add up to about 100 pounds. But the water that we can take out of the tank, it's easy to make up for that weight.
So just tell me I was right. Come on. Come on, tell me I was right.
You were
right. Say it louder.
You were right.
Oh,
Ocean Box. I follow them on Instagram. I'm pretty sure, is that the Seawind in St. Martin? And if it is, we haven't met them yet, but we're in contact, so hopefully we meet them in St. Martin.
How do we deal with long trips when we can't take Jetty somewhere to the bathroom? So we try not to do that. We don't like being offshore that long, but if we are offshore for that long, then she goes to the bathroom on the trampoline. From Beckway to Martinique, we checked out in Beckway. We sailed the whole day, landed in St. Vincent, but we had already checked out, so we couldn't go to land. And then we sailed the whole next day to Martinique, and Jetty went to the bathroom on the trampoline. Good for her. Big steps here. Where are you now? We are in Martinique, the land of the French.
Hi from Wisconsin. Good job for doing videos while I was in New York. Yeah, Sarah did a great job. She recorded a lot, and she edited those 2 episodes all by herself.
Thanks for noticing.
What does adrenaline weigh? I don't know. I'm so mad at myself for last time we were hauled out not asking to get the weight off. I'm pretty sure they have the weight on the travel lift, so I will be sure to do that next time. I really don't know what she weighs, but I know she weighs a few thousand pounds less from when we bought her.
We want to buy a power catamaran, 44 feet. Do you think we could go to the Grenadines and Lower Caribbean? We see tons of power cats over here.
Well, not nearly as many as sailboats. 96% of the boats, 98% of the boats here are sailboats.
Yeah, but we do see there's a Nordhaven right behind us. Where there's a bunch of power cats and like Dream Yacht Charters and the moorings. Yeah. And they're here.
So yes, it's definitely possible. You could do it on single engine old trawler. For sure.
Mm-hmm. There's actually one in the Anchorage.
Yeah, there's one in the Anchorage. It looks like a marine trader or something. Yep. So definitely possible. And just plan ahead and make sure your systems are in good working order. You have plenty of fuel filters.
Yep. What do we do for health insurance? I am still under my mom's until June, thank goodness. And you just updated yours.
Yep, I just did mine right before the closing date or whatever.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna probably the next time we go and do a big trip, we're probably going to look into some sort of like travel insurance, something a little bit different. Do more research.
Who do you want in the Super Bowl to win?
Don't even know who's playing. Are you in touch with Bill and Brandy? We just dropped
Yeah, we did a whole day in Le Marin right here, just shopping, getting groceries and supplies and stuff.
Yeah, we can wave to them from where we are.
Yeah. How much is fuel here? In Grenada, we know Grenada prices. What was it, like $5.50 a gallon for diesel and like $5.60 a gallon for gas?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Both of them are right around $5.50 a gallon US. So more expensive, definitely.
Shout out from PSL, Port St. Lucie. Thanks for watching. Have you met Happy Together? Do we meet them at the boat show?
Happy Together. It sounds familiar. Is it a catamaran? I feel like I saw a catamaran named Happy Together here. I don't know. People keep asking about Zangara. We talked about it already, so just go back after this live chat and you guys can see, so we don't have to keep talking about it over and over. Did
you disable international shipping? No, we did not, but something is not working. So if you are trying to ship internationally, just send us an email, Tula's Endless Summer, no spaces or anything, at gmail.com, and we will get you all set up. We'll try to have that fixed very soon.
Yeah, we've been kind of trying to process them manually if we can through our third-party shipping. Yeah, something's weird with it. If you guys are very familiar with WooCommerce and international shipping, shoot us a message.
Anyone else in your family is like sailing as much as you two? Your mom?
Yeah, my mom's been really getting into it. She got her ASA certifications, and she likes to come visit us. And she's been actually doing some small boat sailing in Florida, so she's really getting into it. She hates the cold water, so there she is. We got her a little Christmas gift that's coming her way to help her with that one. Yeah. She doesn't know what it is yet.
Missed you guys in Annapolis. Where were you? We were there. Jetty, someone says hi from Alabama.
Any saves while I was lifeguarding in August? Nope, nothing.
From Sweden. Hello, thank you so very, very, very much. That is super
man,
kind
thank you
of
so much. Wow.
Oh my goodness. I sailed on a 42-foot mahogany cat in the 1970s. Ooh, that sounds very cool.
Sorry. I'm like zoning out with all these comments scrolling up the screen. So if you guys do super chat and it's all highlighted, you can always put a question in there and we'll see it real quick, just so you know.
And I think you can still do it. I think you can go back and do it as well.
This person, when are you changing your chain out? We probably mentioned it because when we got a new windlass, it's the right gypsy for the chain, but our chain is not ISO spec'd, which means it's not spec'd out to fit into the windlass gypsy. It's got like broader specifications, so I think the links are a little bit longer. So yeah, I need new chain to fit in our windlass gypsy, and our first 50 feet of chain is all rusty and getting pretty worn down anyway. So as soon as we sell this chain, I think we'll get a new one. We're just going to try to sell it to someone who could use it for a mooring or who doesn't.
Most of the chain is great. The only part that's rusty is like the very first part of it.
What do I want to say about that though? So if you guys don't know, we have another channel called Tula's Tech Talk, and it's where I put like all the very technical information that we talk about that I cut out of our normal videos because it might be getting too in-depth and less entertaining for most people. So I kind of put it in Tula Tech Talk. And one of the things we did was install a stainless steel Mantis swivel on our galvanized anchor chain. And a lot of people brought up the dissimilar metals, how the less noble metal will get more corroded from the contact with the more noble metal. So as soon as I sell this chain or whatever, do something with it, maybe we'll donate it somewhere or something, and get new chain, I'm going to take that swivel apart and we'll see how much extra corrosion there is on that one link that's touching the stainless steel versus the other links. So I don't know. Just want to mention that.
We also have another channel called Jetty the Gypsy if you're ever interested in that.
That's Jetty's channel, not our channel.
She's part of us. Can we scroll up on this?
Do you keep in touch with Ruby Rose? And thanks for something. We do keep in touch with Ruby Rose. They're awesome.
Thank you so much, John Perk. If you have any questions, please ask them. And JW, hello from Gig Harbor, Washington.
Gig Harbor, Washington. So I wonder if that's by...
have you ever been to the San Juan Islands?
Have you ever seen orcas?
I want to. Very soon.
Oh, Dyneema's still holding up. Someone asked. Oh, yeah. We keep in touch with Ruby Rose. Hopefully we see him this year a few times. We might. At least at Annapolis Boat Show, and then
Maybe at their wedding.
I don't know. Is that public?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Is the Dyneema holding up? It's actually holding up really, really well. I haven't had to retension it since last April. Yeah, April.
We're happy.
Really happy with it. I'm getting a little bit of fuzz on the Dyneema chafe cover on the outer cap shrouds, so I think I'm gonna try to cover that with maybe like a big long leather chafe, another chafe sleeve or something else, but nothing structural, just a little bit of fuzz.
Bob wants to know what's our next sailing destination. So we are just working island by island back up the Caribbean back to Florida, and we're just gonna hit most of them on the way back. The next ones are Dominica, Guadeloupe, Antigua, Barbuda, BVIs, USVIs, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Bahamas, Florida. If that answers your question. E, thank you so much.
Thank you, Evie.
What do you think about the retractable outboards on cats, like on some of the sea winds?
We talked about this a lot because we were on a sea wind at the Annapolis Boat Show, and we actually got to go sailing on one, and that one we were sailing on had retractable outboards. And I'm so
cool.
torn. Like, if I had to choose, would be a hard choice because retractable outboards are cheaper. You can raise them up so they're completely out of the water, so you don't have you have less drag. You have no problems with fish, like fish trap buoys or anything like that, and no corrosion on the engines when it's just sitting.
And are they lighter?
And they're lighter, yep. And then the diesels are heavier, but there might be a better resale value. You can run a water maker off. You can create hot water off a diesel engine without having to have a separate hot water heater. You can charge lithium batteries much faster with the diesel engine. And they have a little bit more range. You can store the diesel fuel inboard, like in a fuel tank inboard of the boat, whereas with the outboard engines, you have to have the gasoline tanks in a separate external compartment that vents overboard. So yeah, there's pros and cons between. I don't know.
I think outboards are cool.
Yeah, we like them, but we also like the advantages of diesel. I don't know what I would do if we had to choose.
Hold on, what are we doing for internet? So we signed up for Google Fi when we were in Grenada, and it's been working really well.
Sorry. I'm gonna, in the comment while you're talking, I'm gonna put our Google Fi referral code. So if you guys decide that it's for you, you can use our referral code, and I think on your first or second bill you get $20 off. I'm
gonna be totally upfront. Their customer service kind of stunk.
Terrible.
Like straight off the bat, stunk. I don't even want to call them, but we each get 20 gigs of data, and we have an extra card where we get another 20 gigs, so 20, 40, 60, and our phone bill is $50 per SIM card. So that's what we've been using.
Yeah, but it adds up to more than that because
taxes and fees.
Yeah, but our phone bill is $175 a month.
And you get charged for international calls.
Yeah, but also, don't we have 3 SIMs or something?
Yeah.
We had 3 SIMs, yeah.
$150 and then $20 taxes and fees or whatever.
So setup was a pain. Customer service is terrible, but the service is actually pretty good.
Yeah, we use it
really
in all
good,
of these
actually.
islands. Today we actually went to Digicel and got a French Digicel, that's their network here, SIM card. And the deal was amazing. Brandy and Bo told us about it.
And we only got that because we use a lot of data, and the data on this card was way cheaper. It came out to like $1 a gigabyte for high-speed data. So we figured we could do more stuff like this, more stuff like live chats, and just uploading our videos directly through the SIM cards rather than trying to find internet somewhere.
So what we're doing right now is we're hotspotting from our phone SIM card to our computer, and that's where the live stream is set up.
I changed my mind. I'll get our referral code for Google Fi, and I'll put it in the video description. So you guys can go back and just check out the video description. I'll be there.
John Kirk, I am a concert and wedding photographer. If anyone's interested in those stuff, his website is right there. Someone else asked if and when we get married, are we getting married in the States or in the Caribbean?
I don't know.
We don't know.
John Kirk, where are you located? Just curious. Going back to rebuilding an engine. I talked about it a bit. I was a little hesitant at first when that video came out about rebuilding an engine. I was like, it's just not worth it. Might as well try to just get a new one. But after doing a bunch of research, it doesn't seem that hard, doesn't seem that complicated. I think I could totally do it. It's just a matter of timing and getting parts, and that's really it. We don't want to be stuck in a Caribbean country just rebuilding the engine and waiting on parts for like a month or more. I'd rather maybe just sail it all the way back to Florida and do it there, where we could bang it out in a week and we have all the resources available.
Do you think we will get married someday?
Yeah, we're getting hitched. We getting hitched someday.
Do you miss hot showers? I love cold showers. Billy hates them.
Oh, I hate cold water. But the good thing is, our boat actually came with a hot water heater. Like I said before about the diesel engine, when the diesel engine's running, the coolant heats up hot water. And so if we run our engine for an hour or more, then we have hot water and I can take a hot shower.
Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You definitely have skills for the rebuild. Yes, that is correct. You do have those skills.
After researching it, I can do it for sure. And tools too. That's another thing. You might need some special tools. You need a hone, and then I don't know if you need special clamp to clamp the cylinders. And I'm not sure.
How long can sails go before you have to change them out? Our sails specifically.
Our sails specific. They're not laminated sails, but I'm pretty sure they're impregnated with resin to make them not stretch to make them retain their shape a little bit longer. So yeah, our sails, if we take care of them, probably about 10 years.
Good.
While it's still sailing, but taking care of them. Keeping them covered, obviously.
You're supposed to keep us wondering. You ruined it. Oh, okay.
About what?
Probably getting married.
Hot water heater. Why would you want to heat hot water? Well, you gotta heat it to make it hot.
Will you be in Bimini next May? I don't know if we'll go to Bimini this year. We really want to go back to the Abaco, so if we do that, we'd probably skip Bimini.
Well, yeah, but then we probably would sail south through the Bahamas so that we don't have to battle the Gulf Stream up, or go down the Intracoastal. Get a pro to rebuild your engine. It's worth it. I don't know. I don't know. I would have to look into it a little bit more. Might disagree on that one. It would cost $3,000. From what I've seen online, it like between $2,000 and $3,000 for a pro to rebuild your engine, and we could get
then plus parts, right?
Plus parts.
And at that rate, we can get a new engine.
Well, not at that rate, but yeah, like it's close enough where you might as well just get a new engine.
Any plan to return to New England and Block Island? Definitely. What were we looking at? This year, next summer? We're definitely going back.
So we're going back to Florida this summer. I think, I don't know. We're just going to try to slow down a little bit. We have a lot of footage. We want to be, I don't know. We're going to be doing stuff, and we're going to be sailing, and we're going to be on the water.
But we are going to be home for the holidays next year.
I will say this. We'll be up in 2021. We're definitely going back up to New England, I think, right?
We want to go to Maine.
All the way to Maine, hopefully. Maybe a little further. We'll see what happens. You got any good spots, Uma? And then after that, all the way back down south to the Bahamas, Caribbean. So...
maybe we'll do the Western Caribbean.
Maybe we'll do the Eastern Caribbean again. Maybe we'll go through the Panama Canal. We'll see.
Maybe.
Solar panels? I don't know.
Yes, Maine. Whoever's from Maine, Amy, tell us, where should we go?
I know there's a bunch of islands up there. I also know there's a bunch of lobster trap pots, and I hate those things.
Yep. How come the puppy isn't doing the live chat? She's snoozing.
Jenny, you want
to
say hi to our friend? Come here.
Come on. She's not allowed on the couch except during these things, so.
Here.
Come on.
Come here. Come on. Good
girl.
There
you are. Oh, there you are.
Look, everyone saying hi. Dear. Say hi.
Everyone's saying hello to you.
Good girl.
How well do the tablets you use at the helm for navigation hold up to the salt air?
Good.
We always have ours in a OtterBox or LifeProof
case. Yeah.
One of those. But always. Our phones, everything's got to be in a case. But yeah, they hold up very well.
We've been using iPad for navigation for the past. I've been using it for the past
Ever.
6-7 years. Yeah.
Ever think about putting a 360 camera on the top of your mast? You've said that before.
Yeah. At the top of a mast when you're sailing in any sort of sea state, it would be so rocky. I think it would be nauseating to watch. But I would really like to mount some GoPros around here and then be able to do like a live chat like this, like while we're sailing from multiple different camera angles. It depends on, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I would like to do something like that though.
Jetty is gorgeous. Does she get sick at all on boat? The only time she's ever been seasick, twice. Both same conditions in the fog.
Yeah, like calm conditions, but really hazy and foggy. You can't see the horizon. Just weird. I don't know.
Both times she threw up all over me. DH shot about 20 lionfish on Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you. You
3
are
hours ago.
saving our reef.
DH, did you eat them? Because they're
Did you
good.
make ceviche? Give us some more recipes. The only thing we can catch lately is lionfish.
What size and wattage inverter? We have a 1500 watt inverter. It's a cheap one. It's not a high end like Xantrex or anything like that.
Love when you snorkel and dive. We would love to see more of that. We would love to do more of that. That's our favorite thing in the entire world to do.
I just got a new mask today because my old mask was hurting my head and didn't have a good seal. Oh, so this person said for Jetty getting sick in those conditions, spatial disorientation like a pilot, probably because she like can't see the horizon and it's like. Have you experienced St. Elmo's fire? No, I don't know what that is.
What can we do for the abacos?
Hold on one sec. Sorry. Joseph's RC Studio. Thanks for watching, man. The tugboat kid.
Ah.
Good night. We'll see you later. Have fun at school tomorrow.
Good night. Okay, what can we do for the abacos? There is a page on our website that says Help the Bahamas. There's a bunch of ways to help there. Some of the people are people we personally know. Our t-shirt campaign went to Global Empowerment Mission, and they're still over there working. Now they're trying to help the businesses get back and running so they can start making money again. But they're over there. If you follow them on Instagram or Facebook, they post what they're doing every single day. You can see where your money's going to. They're an amazing company. Amazing nonprofit. And there are a zillion ways to still help. They need lots and lots and lots of help. So
our website is tulasendlesssummer.com, and there's a page on our website that says Help the Bahamas. Mm-hmm. So you can find it there. And you just reopened that shirt campaign for another week? It
just closed, but I can reopen it again if anyone's interested. Let me know.
Or you can donate directly to Global Empowerment Mission.
Yep.
Or any other organization that you believe in and you know well.
So excited when we saw the green flash. I know, me too.
Amy recommends Bar Harbor. Just watch out for the rocky coasts.
Oh, okay, cool. Coin Jack Marina dinner on me. Ooh, there. What was it? Prime rib.
Rib, yeah, so good. That we really like Coin Jack for their food, really. And they're really nice there.
Can we stop in West Palm Beach to do a meet and greet? So we are going to be back in Florida in May, June, and we definitely want to do some meetups. So,
I think some meetups. We might do like a beach cleanup meetup. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. So let us know if you guys would be into something like that, like a morning or something. All day, I don't know.
Clean up the beach, eat some food, do some good,
Yeah.
How often are the live chats?
At most, we're doing them like once a month.
Sometimes they just happen because we can't get a video uploaded, like today.
Let us know. But we try to make a point to do them like once a month because you guys enjoy it. We enjoy it a lot, hanging out with you guys and just seeing all the questions and answering them, and we have fun with it. Let us know if you like this format, like the Q&A. Some people do. I know Zangara does like more topical live chats where they really talk about some specific stuff, but we don't have anything mapped out. We just give you an update, and then we hang out and answer some questions and ask you guys some questions, and
we just wing it.
Let us know how you like it.
How old are you?
30.
And I am 25.
And I feel like I'm 20.
And Jetty is 6.
And I look like I'm 20.
How did the Honda generator saga eventually end? It is here and it is used all the time. In case you're wondering. I suggest you sail to New Orleans and then to Texas. Have you ever thought about that?
No, I haven't.
Maybe someday.
Gulf of Mexico. I heard it can get rough in there.
Mm.
But you could dive for shark teeth in there.
Mm. People
Wow.
like the live chats. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. Do your iPads overheat in the cord, or do I just have a cheap one?
In the what? Protector cord. Our iPad it'll overheat if it's in the sun. Yeah. So
you gotta make sure it's shaded.
You gotta make sure it stays in the shade somehow. Yeah. Oh, someone is asking sunscreen question, but I don't know what it is. Sorry, we miss a lot of questions because they just go so fast we can't read them all. Whoever's asking the sunscreen question, go ahead and ask again.
What's the best place to stay in the Bahamas? Depends where you want to go. There are so many places. Where are you flying into? I can give you more information if I know that.
And it depends what you want to do as well. Like, do you want to fish and spearfish and you don't mind being like out in the boonies, or do you want to, I don't know, go to restaurants and just be at a nice beach with all the comforts?
Are you staying on a boat? Are you staying in a hotel? Give us some more info.
How much sunscreen do we go through, and what do we use? We use a sunscreen called Raw Elements. It's all natural, mostly organic ingredients. Non-nano zinc is the main active ingredient, and it's good for the environment and good for your skin, or I should say not bad for the environment. We have a discount code for Raw Elements, and it's an affiliate link, just so you guys know. But that's always in every single video description. It's like 10% off. I forget what the code is, Tula 10 or something. You gotta look in the video description. And how much do we go? We don't go through a ton because first off, it's thick and it lasts a lot. And second off, a lot of the times we'll only put it on our face and then we'll like cover the rest of our body. We'll wear our straw hats. And then this is the blue one. And then we'll wear our like long sleeve sun shirts and stuff and just kind of cover up that way. We are very conscious about the sun though. And yeah, we try not to get too much.
Evie just said she's going into shoulder surgery soon. So everyone wish her good luck.
Good luck, Evie. Get better soon.
Could you sell calendars? That would be cool. We've done calendars the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Are there any left from last year? No.
It wouldn't matter if the year's over.
I know.
We didn't
They're
do
cool
one
pictures.
this year. Yeah.
We didn't do one for 2020 now.
Sorry. Do you follow Zatara? Yeah, we do. We met them in Miami last year. Very, very cool family.
Have we heard if Ben and Tammy bought a new boat yet? No, I haven't heard. I don't know. But I don't know what's public knowledge and what's not, so I can't say anything about that. But no, I don't know if they bought a new boat yet.
Where did you get the whale shark shorts? They are from a company, Waterlust. So my leggings I wear and our sun shirts that we wear and Billy's board shorts. Now he's wearing Sailfish.
These are Sailfish.
Are all from the company Waterlust. They're great people, and 10% of every purchase goes towards whatever you're buying. So these shorts, 10% of that purchase went to Sailfish Research.
We are not affiliates or anything with them. We don't get commission or anything from them.
They're just good people doing good things.
Yeah, and then we really like their stuff. But we do have a discount code for them. We're not allowed to put it online or anything. But if you are our friends and you would like it, just message us, and we'll give it to you. And patrons automatically get that code as well. But just don't post it on the internet or anything.
What's the plan for hurricane season? Hurricane season just ended. Next hurricane season, we will be in Florida. I don't really know yet. I don't know. How are you sailing if it's so cold outside?
We're in the Caribbean. It's
not
warm.
Cold here. What about the shoes? The shoes you posted, I think were they green shoes?
They were the Waterlust, the
Sperry collaboration.
The Sperry collab. Yeah, they're really nice and comfortable. We just don't wear shoes often, so I don't wear them often, but they're really nice. Okay. You can get them at West Marine. I don't think you can get them on Waterlust's website.
But I think there's a link there.
They probably have a link somewhere. If you Google them, you'll be able to find them.
I like when you have your family come visit in the videos. We try to do it as much as possible, but it's also, we sometimes don't do it at all because we like to spend that quality time with our family. Like Billy's family came and visited in Grenada, and we just didn't film any of that.
We filmed just a small portion of it.
Because it was his mom's birthday trip, and we just kind of wanted to be there with them and not have to worry about grabbing the camera and any of that stuff.
But the reason he likes it is because he realizes he can live aboard and still see family. And you can travel and still see family. Logistics can be tough, especially if you are constantly on the move and they have a short window time frame. But if you are willing to stay in one spot for a few months, like you find a good spot, you say, okay, they would really like it here. There's an airport nearby. All right, I'll stay here for 3 months, wait for their spring break, and then they can come visit me. That's what makes it hard with us, because Sierra's, my mom works, is self-employed, so she can visit whenever, but like your family, your sister goes to school, your mom's a principal, so
it's harder to figure out where we're going to be during their select times off.
But it's possible.
Is Billy's sister still with you guys? No, she was with us from September to December, and she is back in New York now, but she did amazing. We loved having her here. I have to go give Jetty food.
Jetty's like slapping her food bowl. She like hits it when she wants to be fed. Hey, Lynette and Chris from New Zealand, Kiwis. Some more Kiwis over here. The worst passage we have ever done. It's been this year. The worst passage we ever done was the Thorny Path, just sailing into the wind, and every day, just annoying. Sailing into the wind every day sucks, especially when it's like 15 to 20 knots instead of like 10 to 15 knots. Any do-it-yourself boatyard recommendations for Eastern Florida? Yeah,
Indian Town.
If you're not a wide catamaran, Indian Town is a good one. There's the one we bought this boat from is Riverside Marina in Fort Pierce. But it's
super cheap, but we wouldn't really recommend it.
Yeah, we wouldn't do it. Yeah, super cheap, but you got to keep an eye on your stuff. Is what we heard. It's just like a skit. I don't know.
We just wouldn't recommend it. We did a lot of work in Seminole before we left. Very clean, you have to check in. It's safe. They lock the gate.
And we recommend it. Just probably a little bit more money than those other first two we mentioned. A lot more than Riverside.
If we had to pick one, if we were narrow enough, we would be in Indian Town again.
Yeah. And then one more that we almost went into was Cracker Boy. Oh, Seminole is in North Palm Beach Gardens.
Yeah.
And then Cracker Boy is in West Palm Beach, or Palm Beach, that area as well. So those are the four. I don't know if you're in that area, but those are the ones we know of in our area we are in when we're there.
Dreamboat.
I don't know.
Are we millionaires? Give us more to this question.
You watch free range sailing. I've seen them. We don't watch a lot of YouTube. All our data
goes into uploading the videos. So we keep in touch more on Instagram with people, and we're friends with a lot of other YouTubers, but we don't have enough data to watch any other videos.
Yeah, someone asked about Wes and Kate.
They are, I think they're doing great. We miss them.
Yeah, I don't know what their plans are or anything. We keep in touch with them a little bit, like on Instagram and stuff. I just messaged them the other day. But I don't know what their plans are. We'd love to meet up with them in the Bahamas or something.
What, if any, boat-related superstitions do you have?
Where's the bananas? Is this what made you ask that question?
Grocery shopping.
Not that one. Do we have any superstitions?
Names.
Yeah, it's got to be a girl name.
No, you can't rename without doing your whole system.
Yeah, thing. And I guess it doesn't have to be a girl name, but it can't be a guy's name, I think. Is that sexist in 2020?
No, but if you're going to rename the boat, you have to go through a whole ceremony in order to be able to rename it.
You have to sail the boat one boat length backwards to erase the old name. You also have to step your mast on a silver dollar.
Can you still find those?
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, banana. We like bananas too much to believe in that superstition. No way.
Have you ever eaten peanut butter and banana?
Maybe
if you must have bananas on the boat.
And smoothies. But maybe that's why we catch no fish anymore.
Maybe that's why.
Bye, Goldie Adventures.
Bye.
Is that Vlad and
there's Harbor Time Marina on Mare Island, Florida, and Lichtenberg Sailing did theirs in Titusville. So Evie's letting you know other marinas, I think, for working.
in the comments here? Would you use Starlink? Might be a game changer for cruisers. I'm not sure what that is. Let us know what that is in the comments. What's your favorite fish to eat? I like hogfish, snapper,
Tuna, grouper. I love grouper.
and mahi. Those are our favorites. And wahoo. Oh, wahoo's good. Do plantains count? I don't know, but
love
we were introduced to
plantains.
plantains in the Dominican Republic, and we know how to make them all sorts of ways, and they're delicious.
Would you guys keep cruising if you weren't YouTubing? How would you pay for it? We'd
That's
have
a
to do
good
seasonal
question.
jobs or find other online jobs.
Yeah.
We would still keep because
We would definitely.
we were cruising before.
Before we were YouTubing full time, we were working seasonal jobs. We were lifeguarding on Long Island in the summer, and I was teaching kiteboarding in Florida in the winter, and you were working at a paddleboard shop and lifeguarding and a bunch of stuff. But I don't know what else. I would go back. I would do the same. I'd go back to lifeguarding and teaching kiteboarding.
Can you talk a little bit about what you do when the weather gets really bad? Like, what are the worst wave conditions you've ever experienced?
We pick our weather really well. We don't want to get into, especially going into the weather, going into the wind. It just beats you up. It beats the boat up. And if you can help it, there's no point in doing that. So we pick our weather really well. What's the worst we've ever been in? I don't know.
The Delaware Bay.
Yeah, but that was on the trawler. Yeah. That was nasty. It was like maybe 5-6 foot waves, but they were super close together, super windy, and the waves were coming over the bow. Dan's here. What's up, Dan?
Hi, Dan.
Dan,
How you doing?
I gotta get you that the engine serial number. I haven't dug into the engine compartment in a while. I'm trying to avoid that. So
how long could you cruise on $100,000? You could probably go for forever if you're catching fish to eat.
Forever is a long time. And it depends what boat and what your maintenance is and what your spending habits are.
You could do it. You could definitely do it for years.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do it for years, yeah. But all that stuff, like, you could cruise on $500 a month, but you could also cruise on
$5,000.
You could cruise on like $500,000 a month on these mega yachts out here.
You
Easy.
could burn $5,000 worth of fuel in like 5 minutes.
One thing I would say that we did relatively recently we started in Grenada. We got on mint.com and we mapped out our budgets like really well. We based it on our history of spending and what we have to spend money on. And we take into consideration maintenance on the boat and groceries and check-in fees and vet fees for Jetty to get health certificates, and we just map it all out. And then we try to limit ourselves to those budgets so that we can save some money for our next boat and just.
We're working on it. Do your captain's course in Oriental, North Carolina. Take a week in the classroom and get it done. We actually were there. When were we there? On our way back down. Must have been in November.
About a year ago.
And we met one of you guys, one of our followers there. We were on a run and someone else was running. And he's like, hey, I know you guys.
He was doing his captain's course, yeah.
Yeah. So that sounds like a really cool place.
We would love to do that. And Oriental would be a cool place to do it because it's all salty sailors there. Really neat little town.
I ran with you there. Yeah, that was you. Hi. Have you been using your captain's license?
Who, Doug?
Yep.
Yeah.
In Oriental. What else?
What is your best advice to start a YouTube channel?
Don't do it to make money.
Yeah. Don't do it to make money. My best advice, I got one piece of advice. I concluded it recently. Be different. Whatever you see on YouTube, just try to be super different. And that's not, that's what I have to say about that.
And do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for your friends. Don't do it to try to make money.
Do it to satisfy your creativity. Yep.
Okay, we've seen this question. What music do you guys like and dislike?
Sierra loves country. I can take country. I like country, but not 24/7 like Sierra listens to.
But I can listen to anything except like oldies, I think. Like, I don't even know what that
My
is.
oldies?
I don't know.
I listen to like CCR. That's not that old though.
No.
You'll enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, I can listen to anything.
CCR, like
except rap.
And then like other stuff. OAR. We listen to sailor songs.
I can do like punk
music, like
rock.
What's Lake Street Dive? They're like a ska maybe or something. We like them.
Billy likes pirate music.
Some of that stuff's dirty. Be careful when you get into that pirate music.
What do you guys spend on cruising? We try to write all of our
we have some blog posts on it on our
Yeah.
website, tulasendlesssummer.com.
There's even one about what we spent hurricane season. I haven't shared it yet because our videos aren't up to date, but it's on the website if you're ever interested in the exact cost of everything we spent for 4 months in Grenada.
And that video will be coming out within the next month as well.
Yeah, but the article's already online if you want to read it. And I'll do another one for the entire 2019 as well.
We should share our budgets too. Cool.
Who's Tula?
That video is coming out too. Tula was my little 26-foot pocket cruiser sailboat that started this whole adventure.
Yes, she was.
Captain Rick wants to know if everyone's hit the thumbs up button yet. If you guys haven't hit the thumbs up button, it's up at the top of your screen, I believe, or at least it is for us. Just hit that thumbs up. Oh no, it's not. Where is it? I don't know where the thumbs up button is. If someone knows where the thumbs up button is, post it in the comments.
How'd you get the name Tula?
Honestly, no special story. I just saw the name somewhere. I think I saw it in the restaurant. And I really liked the name. I was choosing a name for that boat. It didn't have a name on it. And then I looked up what Tula meant, and it meant balance in Sanskrit. I think it means some other things too, but balance in Sanskrit was the definition I liked. And everything needs balance, and our whole lives are balanced. And that's how it got its name.
Yeah. What is it like being recognized in public? So today.
Yeah.
I shouldn't tell you this, but we were with Bo and Brandy. Let's blame it on them. And we ended up at a McDonald's. There's a McDonald's
in Martinique. Yeah, right. You were craving that
because he
that
told
ice
me
cream.
about it. Bo had talked about an ice cream cone, so we went and got ice cream. And I was in line with them. Billy was saving us a seat, and a little boy comes up and he's like, "Hi, are you from Tula?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was so cute, so sweet. He must have been, I don't know, 10 maybe, and his little brother, and they were from Holland, and they're on their boat
They're here somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, and it's amazing. That is one of the funniest stories. And then another great one was we were out to eat again, and a little girl comes up and taps me on the shoulder. She's like, "Do you have Jetty with you?" Or did she say, "Are you Jetty's mom?" So yeah, it's fun. We love meeting everyone. Everyone is from different places, and we get to hear your story, and we love it. So if you see us out there, come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi. We really like to meet all you guys.
Scott.
Thank you so much, Scott.
You shouldn't have done that. Scott's awesome.
Is he the one who we sent the picture to at the airport?
Yes, yeah. And Scott also did a lot of great work for the Bahamas as well. So everyone say thank you to Scott.
Thank you, Scott, so much.
Who's the better angler between the both of you? Catherine's mahi was the bomb.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Neither of us.
we have our ups and downs each. I'd say we even out pretty good.
Yeah. Billy, I say, has more good day spearfishing. But when I have a good day, it's a really good day. And when it comes to fishing, we have to work together. If we're not working together, we're not going to get anything done. So one of us is on the gaff, one of us is reeling, and we have to be equal, I guess.
We're a team.
Yep. Would be interested with a shirt with adrenaline on it with the names of all the boats. I was thinking of a shirt idea the other day. Let me know if it's in any interest to you, but just a plain shirt with just the technical outline of each boat. So one boat would say Tula with the technical outline.
Like a silhouette, you mean?
No, like your Ishbourne, the 59 North, just like the technical outline, the plans.
Yeah.
And then
but
one with
detailed.
Neverland.
Not.
And then one with adrenaline.
Dan wants adrenaline junkie shirts.
I know he does. I need to make that for you. I need to.
How long can we hold our breath since learning to free dive?
Is Mickey D's keto? No, it's not. Let's just give them an off because it's the holidays.
You guys should go over onto Bo and Brandy's channel and
tell them we told you they were eating McDonald's.
Yeah. They try hard. I give them a lot of credit. It's hard to eat keto all the time.
Brandy did not get ice cream.
Bo did.
I would love such a shirt. Okay, I will. If anyone has any shirt ideas or any like clever ideas where you're like, that would be really cool on a shirt, let us know, because we try to be creative and clever and make cool stuff, but sometimes all of our focus is on other things. So if you ever like, I have this cool idea, or I saw something similar, or if anyone's a really good graphic designer, let us know, because we're always looking. We have a few people that we use and they do an amazing job, but sometimes they get busy. So if anyone out there is a graphic designer, we're also trying to figure out a new like simple logo or something on the front of the shirt.
Yeah.
Where it's just easy to recognize, doesn't necessarily have to say the name Tula, maybe
doesn't necessarily have to have a sailboat in it, maybe it would. I don't know.
So anybody out there, let us know.
This person asks, have you had any issues with unwanted people trying to board your boat?
We have
No.
a really good guard dog.
Yeah. Jetty's awesome because for every other reason, but also because when strangers come by, she will. If a stranger touches our boat and we don't hold Jetty back, she'll bite them. Definitely, which I think is great. It's our property, and you don't have permission to touch our boat. Then if we know if someone's coming, we warn them. We tell them like, just don't let me hold my dog. So yeah.
Jetty is very food oriented. If I have a cookie and someone touches the boat, like, and we tell them they can come on, they can come on.
Yeah, we can keep it under control.
How long can you hold your breath since learning to free dive?
We don't time ourselves, but we also don't practice to the full extent that we learned in the course, because when we're spearfishing, it's much shallower and we're going at a little bit of a faster rate than we should for our preparation, our breathe ups before each dive. But you tested yourself like in St. Croix and you dove. That was definitely like 70 feet.
Yeah, so it's more depths instead of time, because we can range. We can look at the bottom and say, that's about 40 or that's about 60, and say, okay, we went that, but we're not timing ourselves. So
yeah, but something. What were we timing ourselves when it was cold water during the course?
2 minutes,
like a little over 2 minutes, not that much, but it was also cold water. Like we were pretty cold.
Yeah. How does Jetty get along with Bo and Brandy's dog? They're normally fine. Bo and Brandy actually stayed on the boat with us for like a week when they were working, fixing all their crack issues. So, yep, they stayed right here, right where we are. Goes down and makes the bed, and Una was here too. And yeah, they get along fine. As long as they meet outside the boat, then they can come on. As long as,
Well, yeah.
The dogs, anyway. As long as Jetty meets a dog outside of the boat and they get along okay, then they're fine.
We still got to watch the other dog in her territory sometimes.
Yeah. But for the most part, they're fine.
Yeah. Do their own thing with each other. They don't really play or anything. Your thoughts on sailing Chesapeake in Virginia, Maryland? Yeah, Chesapeake is a cool place to sail. Annapolis is awesome. Oh, our friend Jean owns a marina called Salt Ponds. It's just north of Hampton, Virginia, off the Chesapeake. It's a really nice little spot, and it's got a deep inlet you get to. So we highly recommend, if you need a marina, stop off there. And there's a lot of cool towns off the Chesapeake. We haven't really even explored what we could there. But yeah, we recommend it, definitely. The Delaware, on the other hand, is like, if you have to go through, you have to go through. It's not a big deal, but it can get nasty in there, and there's nothing good in the Delaware except for at the very end of the Delaware Bay, Delaware Bay. Cape May, New Jersey is cool, and Lewis, Delaware is a cool little spot as well. So,
Bahamian flamingos. The Bahamian flamingos were amazing. Jeff is an awesome photographer, but I actually took that photo. Jeff was not with us at that point.
Yeah.
Just have to take that credit. That was my most prized photo of any of the ones I've ever taken. Who's Jetty's favorite person outside of any of you two? I think it's a pretty good race between any of the members in our family.
Yeah.
And
Catherine.
And
close friends.
Yeah, close friends. Yeah.
She loves them all. Jetty's a mix. She's a cattle dog mix. Right, Australian cattle dog mix.
One of these days I'll do one of those DNA tests to see what her daddy was, but until then.
What other Caribbean islands? We kind of said this in the beginning, but quickly, Dominica. We're in Martinique now. Dominica, Guadeloupe. Excuse me.
That was rude.
Sorry, I'm drawing blank here.
Antigua, Barbuda, BVIs, USVIs.
St. Martin, you forgot that, but yeah,
Oh.
and then all those.
Yeah. Puerto Rico.
USVIs, Puerto Rico, probably not check into Dominican Republic, just Q flag it, and then go to the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm. Any cool whale, shark, or large ocean species sightings? Not in a while. I did see a baby tiger shark when we were in
The Bahamas.
Yeah, in the Bahamas, Great Harbor Key, and didn't have a camera, so I couldn't take any photos for you. But since then, we haven't seen dolphins in months.
Yeah.
Bo and Brandy saw humpback whales a couple days ago. They got very lucky with that. And Dominica is known to be sperm whale haven, so we're hoping to see some sperm whales there. How did we meet? We talked about that a little bit ago, but Billy sailed down from New York to get away from the cold. Tula's engine broke down right by Jupiter, and he needed some money, so he walked into a store where I was working and asked for a job. The rest is history.
Have you ever done the equator crossing ceremony? Nope, not yet. We haven't crossed the equator yet. I just got here. Where's Jetty? She's laying down right here. She was up here hanging out before, but now she's tired. My mom saw a huge shark in the Bahamas. And yeah, you could have speared it if you didn't drop your spear, Mom.
Oh, someone asked if we got a new boat, what we'd name it.
Do we answer that? We have some ideas for our next boat. If it doesn't have a name and we don't like it or something like that.
I think the boat's probably going to have to be named Tula too. But I have some good ideas.
Tula, T-O-O.
At some point, one of our boats is going to be named after people very important to us. That's all I can say.
Tula V2. I like that name too.
Appreciate the technical lifestyle balance of all of your hard work. Thank you very much.
Diesel, we kind of talked about that before. If we don't answer your question, you can just go back and rewatch. We talked a lot about this stuff already. Does Jetty get nervous sailing in rough waters?
She doesn't like rough conditions, but when we put this table down and make it into a big bed, like this is her spot, and she'll pant, but she'll lay here. And none of us like sailing in rough conditions, so how could we expect her to?
And she likes it. As soon as the engine's shut off, she's like, calms down to another level.
Hello, Clint. Thank you so much. Any advice for a person becoming a liveaboard? What advice would you give?
Person becoming a liveaboard.
Cleanse your things. When you move into a small space, or anybody really, you don't need a lot of stuff.
Yeah, purge.
The less stuff you have, the happier you will be.
Yeah, true.
Anything else?
I don't know.
Go on a lot of boats. If you haven't bought a boat yet, go on a lot of them and see what you like, see what you don't like, and then whatever boat you do get, if it doesn't have what you thought you might like, maybe you can put it in there.
Yeah. Ventilation. That's my advice.
Oh yeah, and lots of fans.
Lots of fans and ventilation.
Fans. Our favorite fan that we've had on all of our boats are Camfaro. They're little white, and I think they come in black, and they're just two. Can you like turn that so they can see them? Sorry, they're a little dirty.
Oh yeah, they got like dust on them. Those two suckers right there.
But they're amazing. We have had them on every boat, and they pretty much run all day, every day. And
they have the blades are like kind of soft, so if you hit your hand on it or something, it doesn't hurt really.
Any pirate preparation? We have bear spray.
We have bear spray, we have spear guns, we have knives.
A scary dog.
We may or may not have a gun. We have a scary dog, and we have VHF radio. We would, if we're not in pirate waters, if we were ever going to be near...
But pirate waters can be anywhere.
Yeah,
can be anywhere.
But known, like, places with known pirate attacks. If we were, like...
You just jinxed us. You better knock on something.
If we were going to be sailing around the border of Nicaragua and Haiti, or... Nicaragua and Honduras or Somalia or anything like that, we would take further precautions. Like
I've seen
probably travel with somebody boats.
I've seen some people, I think I read an article about it, where they made like these bars over their hatches so people can't break in, and you just lock yourself inside.
Yeah. Guns are a very controversial thing on a boat. What do you guys think of guns on the boat? Let's get these comments flowing.
Guns are scary. Do you guys buy drinks besides coffees? All these great stops, but I never see any videos from the bars there. I like seeing different bars in the Caribbean and Florida to maybe visit.
We don't really. I'm having a beer right now. I'm having a Martinique Lorraine beer. Once in a while, we have I'll have a beer every night or every other night or something. You don't really drink that much. Maybe once a week, see her, I'll have a drink, but not really. And we especially we don't go out to bars just to drink at all. It's a very easy way to spend a lot of money. Yeah, and it's cool to meet people and hang out and stuff, but we can do that other ways. We'll have a drink when we go out to dinner and stuff too. Yeah, I don't know. We just rather do and spend our money and time doing other things. Nothing beats Kalik. Kalik is the Bahamian beer, right? It's so funny. All these countries have their own beer. Lorraine seems to be Martinique's beer. In Grenada was Caribe. In Grenada it was Caribe. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines it was Haroon. Haroon, which means yes. No. So, but they all have Guinness too. They all have Guinness. What did your parents think when you set out on this boat? Oh, sorry. Set out on this adventure. Sorry. Reading two different comments. My parents were supportive. They knew as long as I was being happy and healthy and chasing my dreams, they supported it. And yeah. I think my dad probably at first thought that I was going to, after this trip, I was going to get back into go to a conventional career, but now he knows I'm not, and he's all about it. He loves it, and my mom's been supportive since the beginning. Everything I've done, so as long as I'm being happy and healthy, and yeah. But I think my mom was a little concerned at first, you just finished school, aren't you going to get a job? But they've always loved Billy, so I think as long as I was with him, they were happy. And now they tell people oh, they have videos and you can watch their videos, and they get excited. So our families are amazing. We miss them very much. Sailboat story. What's up, Ben and Tammy? Hi, people were asking you about your boat. Molly. If anyone wants if you want to fill them in. They want to know if you have bought a new boat yet. Yeah, bought a new boat yet. And we didn't tell them any details about your plan, so I don't know if that's public knowledge or not. Where did you both go to college? And if you want to know how many sandbags you have to lift to get abs like me, well, we're in Martinique right now eating baguettes every day, so no amount of sandbags will counter that. Where'd you go to college? Me? I graduated from Stony Brook on Long Island. I graduated from Florida Atlantic University they have a campus in Boca, they got a campus in Jupiter, and they got a campus in Fort Pierce, and I went to them all. Can you answer this one? Billy wants me to answer the question. If you were to get pregnant, would you go to land or raise a kid on the water? Is this a test? No. No. We will be on a boat for a very long time, and we will probably have kids on boats. We meet lots of cool kids around here. They're all super happy. They're all so smart, and they're out in the world learning real world stuff. And at some point, we will have a kid on a boat, but not today. Mrs. Sweezy, do not comment on this. Your go-to meal on board? We don't really have go-to meal on board. We make tacos a lot. But we haven't been able to find tortillas in months. If we ever have a rough day and we're just tired and we don't feel like eating a ton, we have soup. That's our go-to. I don't know. Which we also haven't been able to find. That yeah. What else do we make a lot? Fish if we can. Yeah. Kebabs. Rice, coconut rice. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, curry. Curry's been a good one lately because Grenada was the island of spices, so we had tons and tons of curry. What's your go-to sailing movie you like to watch? Black Sails. Catamaran. It's a show, but Black Sails. We watch it every night. Yeah, Black Sails. But they come find it on. So one of the last videos I was watching Black Sails when Billy was away, and when I was watching it, it was on Netflix. I wasn't lying to you guys, but Netflix changes their shows a lot. But Black Sails is a Stars show, right? Stars.
So if you go on Hulu or can download like the Stars app on Amazon, you can watch Black Sails.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a pirate show. Maybe not watch it with young kids. Someone asked if we would ever build our own catamaran. I kind of wanted to before we found this catamaran. I ran the idea past Sierra and she shut me down hard.
It would take years.
No, you shut me down because you didn't trust my build quality.
And it would take years. Do you want to see us?
I could do it in a year. I
In
could build a boat in a year.
a garage or a building building a boat, or you do want to see this beautiful blue water.
But it's true. People have said this before. Like, do you want to build a boat or do you want to go sailing? Because if you want to go sailing, buy what you can afford, keeping in mind fixing it up and stuff like that. If you really want to build a boat, then yeah, I'd recommend building a boat.
We met a couple weeks ago, and we've been seeing them throughout our travels here in the Caribbean, and they have a boat very similar looking to ours, and it is built out of aluminum, and they built it themselves.
Yeah, off of someone else's plans. Yeah, bag of loot. They're really nice.
Outramere will build you a new boat. I don't think so.
No, yeah, sure they will. For
I don't think we have
$1 million.
money for that. How are the stars at night where you are?
Oh, crazy.
Right, there's tons of shooting stars.
You could look up into the sky and within like 5 or 10 minutes see a shooting star.
Yeah. Right now it's a little cloudy, but the past couple nights have been amazing.
Oh, Salt and Tar. They do a lot of boat work, boat building, something like that. I've seen them before. I don't think they're building a boat. I think they're just doing a lot of work. Maybe they are building a boat. I'm not sure.
Gotta run. A lot of people gotta run.
See you later, Tom D.
Hanging. Did you see Sailing Zangara almost sunk? Yes, we did. We talked about that a little bit earlier. If you want to go back, if you want to help them out, become a patron, and you can watch the whole video about what happened and what their plans are.
I've been out for a long time.
Have you met any Hollywood celebrities while sailing?
I don't think so. I wouldn't recognize them anyway.
But we had the greatest day the other day because why?
It's weird.
My favorite people in the entire world. You guys, your friends, I can tell you. We don't follow many people religiously, but I follow the Bucket List family religiously. And they liked a lot of our pictures the other day, and it made my day. Oh.
So you guys should go over on their Instagram and comment and be like, I heard about you guys on Tula's Endless Summer. That'd be great. I think it would be so cool to do like collaboration with them and like teach the whole family how to kiteboard in the Bahamas or something. I think that'd be great.
Their children, you guys were asking about kids on the boat. Their children are goals. They are the cutest, most well-behaved, most polite.
And full-time travelers.
Yeah.
Pretty much full-time travelers.
How long do you plan on living the sailing lifestyle?
Sorry, Jetty barks at all the dinghies going by. You guys hear her? Sorry. What was the question?
How long do you plan on living this lifestyle?
Oh, forever, right?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Who's the real captain? Billy is the real captain. He is a genius when it comes to the boat. He stays extremely calm, unlike
you're making me blush.
And he does a great job.
Thanks. First mate.
She's a good watchdog. Yes, she is. Best security system ever. Or are you saying that? Or is it a question? Security system, what do we have?
Siren Marine is our boat monitoring system. That's working really well as well, except that I've had a little hiccup here in Martinique, so I just want to make that a little caveat. I haven't dug into it too deep, but everywhere else we've been, it works great. We can see where our boat is. We can set a geofence so that if our boat drags outside the geofence, we get alerted on our phones. I have a security alarm hooked up to it. I did some things on Tula Tech Talk channel with Siren Marine, and we are an affiliate partner with them. So you guys, if you ever want Siren Marine, there's a discount. I think it's 10% off. So just look in our video descriptions. It's 10% off using a certain code. But that, yeah, we can see if our door is open. We can see when the bilge pumps are going off. We can see what our battery level's at. We can see what our temperature inside our boat is at, all from our smartphone. So
Sorry, that wasn't a question about security. They were saying Jetty is the best security system ever.
Yeah. Oh no, I thought it was in addition
no, it
to
was
that.
my fault.
No, she is. She's the one who would actually scare anyone away. But if someone were to open our door and Jetty wasn't here or something, I can see that our door has been opened. We can race back to the boat and beat him up.
How do you get kids to eat cauliflower? I love cauliflower.
Yeah, it's really good. Tell him Billy eats cauliflower with his gun.
Oh God. What's the biggest sailboat you would own?
Well, just the bigger, the more money it costs with haul out and maintenance. But I mean, for a couple, I couldn't see any reason to own a bigger boat than like 50 feet. No reason at all.
No.
And so many people, like, if you want to live simply and not have to spend a lot of money, like a 30-something foot boat, no reason not to do it on that.
Best places you've surfed in the Caribbean. We had really fun waves in Prickly Bay in Grenada. We had a bunch of waves of just small, perfect waves. And then we had one day of amazing waves.
Great waves, like chest high, lined up, so much fun.
We had really good waves in Carriacou, in the harbor, Tyrrell Bay.
Yeah.
So random, but we were
so
in
weird.
The harbor surfing. Amazing waves.
Because you're on the leeward side of the island, the side facing the Caribbean Sea, and somehow like a chest high swell made it into that harbor. Long period swell, so it was like real nice juicy waves. Oh, so much fun.
And then we've heard there's waves here, so we're gonna have to check that out soon.
Martinique.
And we heard Guadeloupe is known to have really good waves, and we have heard the BVIs. We've also surfed Elbow Key in the Bahamas, which is amazing. And
there are spots everywhere. If you guys are surfers and willing to explore, like the only problem is it can be inconsistent. Like if you're going on a week-long trip, there's a good chance you get skunked with waves. But kiteboarding, on the other hand, if you guys are kiters, there's always a trade wind blowing here in the Caribbean. Almost always.
How'd you learn how to edit?
Just doing it over and over and over. We have, how many videos we have had? Over 300, maybe closer to 400 now. 400 individual videos. That's the main thing. If you want to learn how to edit, I don't recommend like watching other vlogs and doing what they do. I recommend just doing what you think looks cool and what you think. And then
how do you learn that?
You just got to do it. You just got to get a video in mind that you want to make, film it, shoot it, make it, put it together, and see how it comes out, tweak it, do it again and again and again. And if you want to learn something specific, like how to do this transition, or how can I make this look this way and this look then you can Google certain things and then apply those to your videos. But that's the best thing I could say.
Do you get along off camera as well as you do on camera?
Yeah, for the most part.
You have to get along really well in order to live on a boat. And if you don't, you probably won't be living on a boat for very long. Billy and I have been living together for about 5 years. That entire 5 years was living on a boat. And each one a little bit bigger than the next. But you learn to say sorry. You learn to ignore things. You learn... What else do you learn? You learn not to drive a dinghy away if you're upset because you'll run into a reef.
Straight into the sunset.
What else? Yeah, we get along very well. We were separated for an entire 10 days this year, and it was 10 days too long. Come on. You're not even going to laugh at that?
Sorry, I'm trying to get to the next one so we don't leave any dead air time.
Oh, but it was I earned some points with that.
I know, I missed you those 10 days.
What editing software do you use?
I just use iMovie.
What resolution?
We've always shot everything in 1080 and edit in 1080 and export in 1080, but recently we've been shooting almost everything in 4K, and I'm going to try to export as much as I can in 4K. It's already becoming a problem, though, with storage space. That's a lot of information and digital storage space.
Is there closed captioning available? There should be closed captioning available on every video, at least.
It does it automatic through YouTube.
Yeah, sometimes it's not great, but it should be available. If you can't find it, send us an email and I'll try to have it make a video to show you how to do it. toulasendlesssummer@gmail.com.
Yeah, someone's favorite editing software, the Morgan Monroe Show, is Premiere Pro. and it's a little more complicated, but the reward is the end, perfection. But I've been meaning to learn Premiere Pro or Final Cut, and it's just I'm so fast at iMovie now. It's so hard to take a step back and spend the time to learn something new, especially when it's a little more complicated. So I really have to or should, but I just gotta put my head down and do it.
Do you recommend a trawler like your last? We loved our trawler.
Yeah, I do recommend it. If you don't necessarily have a deep desire to sail, then don't get a sailboat, right?
Yeah.
Unless you just want to get a monohull sailboat because it's super cheap, and then just not ever sail with it, I guess. But we missed the just check your engine fluids and everything, and then turn key and go. And there's great living space in there. And yeah, if you don't want to sail, definitely get a trawler.
Question about scuba diving. We are both certified, but we don't have our own gear, so we don't go all that much. If we have to fix something on the boat, we generally just free dive. You even changed out the props free diving. Sometimes it'd be nice to have a tank, but nah, it's not worth it for us because we don't have the room or the money to buy all the gear. But
the room and the weight.
Yeah, but every once in a while we'll go scuba diving in a place like here. We did
in Grenada
a dive in Grenada, and it was amazing, beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think there's no reason. I mean, if that's your passion to go scuba diving, then definitely you could have scuba gear and a compressor on board and stuff like that. Our passions are more in surfing and kiting and free diving.
Yeah, but if someone handed us a brand new boat tomorrow with a dive compressor and full dive tanks, we would utilize it. I want to learn how to kite surf. I already have my practice kite. How much do you charge?
Well, I guess thank you so much, Flex Tape. You guys are awesome. For kiteboarding, is that what it was? Well, I don't teach anymore.
Billy's retired.
But if you do want lessons and you can go to Florida, I highly recommend the school I taught at was New Wave Kiteboarding, and their standards are very high. They use the
best equipment.
The best equipment, and the lesson location is unbeatable in Florida, in anywhere. It's a great lesson location. The rates are something like he might have raised them a little bit, but it's something like $250 for a group session where it's you and one or two other people. Or like $350 for a private lesson, something like that. And that's for like 2 hours on the water, 3 hours total.
And it's a boat ride. So you jump on a boat, you go out to the sandbar, you learn in flat, calm, shallow water. So you're not out in the ocean getting dragged around, not being able to understand what's going on. So it's a great place to take lessons. When learning how to kite surf yourself, do you recommend learning on a paddleboard or a longboard?
No.
Oh, when learning how to surf, sorry.
Oh, surf? Yeah. Well, paddleboarding is completely different. Like, you're already standing up and catching the wave.
It's a different sport.
Yeah, it's kind of easier to learn to paddle surf, right? Because you're already standing. No?
No, because you got to worry about the paddle and paddling. I would say on a longboard.
Yeah,
like a big foam longboard would be the easiest way.
Definitely. Definitely over a short board.
Yeah. Did you mount your YouTube play button on your boat?
It's at my mom's house.
We will. Who is the pig on the boat? We're both pigs.
In terms of eating or like...
Or filth.
Or filth or
Billy's
smell?
Filthier.
I'm smellier.
I make a bigger mess when I'm making dinner. But I definitely clean more. Which country had the worst customs office? Nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere. Dominican Republic can be a little tough. If you've never been there before, we went straight to a marina, Ocean World, to check in, and I feel like they made the process a lot easier than it could have been.
Here, they all speak French. But
it's so easy here.
You just go to a computer.
You go to a computer in like a little cafe. You can have a beer while you're checking in, and it's a French keyboard, so it's a little bit different, but it's easy enough to figure out. You do all your things on the computer all by yourself. You bring it to the guy at the front. He looks it over and stamps it. You give him €3, and you're done. So easy. Did you hear John bought a gunboat? Yeah.
I think he bought that a while ago, right?
He brought it from John Florence is a pro surfer, and he bought it from. We took his friend Mo Freitas sailing on this boat. He's a professional paddle surfer. He's friends with John in Hawaii.
And I think he said he had actually sailed on his boat.
Yeah, I think he might have, or he said he just got it or something. But yeah, this kid, John Florence, has a gunboat, a sick offshore performance catamaran. And he bought it from, is it Travis? Travis Rice is a professional snowboarder. I'm pretty sure that's the logistics of it. That was his old boat. So yeah, that's sick.
Did you own that trawler you had, or was it somebody else's boat? We bought it.
Yep.
Super cheap.
Well, relatively cheap, yeah, but we put a ton of work into it. Yep.
Sorry if you already answered this, but what is your travel plan for the next month? If you guys didn't hear that yet, we're just island hopping back up the Caribbean to Florida, and then from Florida, we're going to take the boat out of the water, do some more work on the bottom, and then from there, we don't know yet.
Go to your sister's wedding?
Yep. What was the traveling range on your trawler? It was before you had to refuel.
It was something like, with the internal tanks, it was something like 350 miles, 400 miles, something like that. It had two 75-gallon tanks. I forget.
Yeah.
So 150 gallons at like 2 gallons an hour, 1 or 2 gallons an hour. You can do the math.
Who are your favorite YouTubers you've met? Everyone is so amazing. Who have we actually personally met? Wicked Salty, Sailboat Story, Bill and Brandy are right next door. Sailing Zatara.
Ruby Rose, our good old friends. Who else? This is so bad if we're forgetting people.
Delos, we met Delos in Annapolis. Well, we met half of Delos. We met the guys.
We met Riley and Elena.
Mm-hmm. Lenny is the cutest kid on the planet.
So cute. Who else did we
meet? Probably forgetting. We haven't met them yet, but Nanji, they're big into surfing, so follow them on Instagram.
Zangara, we haven't met personally, but we communicate a lot online.
We haven't met a lot of these people.
You didn't meet them, but I met Wind Over Water. They're what?
Mermaid Monster.
Oh yeah, Mermaid Monster. They're a trawler channel. They're on a big Nordhaven, really nice Nordhaven. Super cool people, super cute kids. Check them out. Yeah. Who else? Mermaid Monster.
Uma. We haven't met
Uma. We met Bobby White from Sailing Doodles.
We met the dogs.
We met the dogs too. Yeah, those guys are cool too. He's got a cool boat. His new monohull is a really nice boat.
Rick Moore. We haven't met Rick Moore yet. Wait, Spot Pirates. No.
Atticus. Yeah, we met Atticus. They're awesome. They're really cool.
Very cool.
And we like their videos as well.
And what was I gonna say? We haven't. We're very close to Sail Oceans. They're on a trimaran, and we keep passing them, and we're like, we should make a video, but we're always passing each other.
They're chartering a sailboat in BVI in February. Any tips?
We haven't been there. We
haven't been there.
Hopefully, we'll get there soon, and we can tell you.
Oh, what did it feel like when we surfed on the electric hydrofoil?
Let's ask Jetty.
That thing is cool. It was so hyped up that I was like, oh man, this thing is probably like, it's such a hype. But when we got on that thing, it feels like you're flying. It is unreal. Of course, it's got a price tag on it, but
we could never.
It was crazy. Could you imagine if they let us have one on?
But we've been seeing them. Where were we? Beckway. There was a bunch of mega yachts out, and what do you know? Electric foil boards.
It's unreal. It's unreal. Yeah. Oh man.
Zangara. We haven't met them yet, but they're great people. We follow them on Instagram.
We talk to them all the time.
Religiously. Online. Yeah, we talk to them. When is Jetty getting a brother or sister? Not anytime soon. Sorry. Would love more surfing videos.
We're gonna try. Yeah, we would love to surf.
You have some coming up though.
Yeah, and you do, and some kiting videos, and we'll probably have some more surfing kiting videos.
Who does Jetty's voice? What do you mean?
What do you mean Jetty does Jetty's voice?
What kind of a question is that?
No, she doesn't.
Would you consider sailing to China?
I have no desire to sail to China, but convince me otherwise. What is appealing about it?
Areas near, areas Around China. You know.
They like our catch and cook videos. We gotta do more of that. First, we gotta do the catching.
Yeah.
Did we film the sea urchin one? I catch and cook or ate a sea urchin raw.
He ate its gonads. We have some videos coming up where we get some big ol' lobster.
Yeah.
Ever consider going to the Great Lakes for a summer? Oh, cool.
I think in freshwater.
Grenada fishing tournament this month. Really, they did a tuna fishing tournament while we were there.
In the fall at some point. Later, rock kite man. I think I'm gonna give him less. They're going so fast. Deer meat for dinner. Do you guys know them? Can we collab with them? I watched his
Jupiter.
yeah, they're from Jupiter. I watched his tuna video he did, I think relatively recent.
No, you don't have to hide that.
It was inappropriate, it wasn't.
No, it was the Kong fish. Oh, you've eaten it.
Oh, that thing?
Sorry, Evie. Billy didn't know what you're talking about. And he
That's Evie. Yeah, sorry, Evie. I almost deleted your comment.
Oh, we've both eaten it too. Sorry, guys. It's getting late and the comments are moving fast. We're trying to read them.
We're going to have to wrap this up. In 9 minutes, it's going to be 2 hours. That's crazy.
Well, let's hit 2 hours then. What's the best fish of the Caribbean to eat?
All of them. I mean, the blue water fish, mahi, wahoo, tuna, and then there's a lot of snapper.
People eat barracuda here. We've
been tempted to eat the small ones.
I think we've eaten it. We've definitely eaten it before, but I am pretty sure we got it at a restaurant when we ordered mahi, but it was the best fish I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
Can't guarantee it was barracuda, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Dan Nobles wants to know how much freezer space in it if it's 12 volts. It's an angle freezer. It is 12 volts, but you can also run it at with an AC cord, 110 volts or whatever.
I can't remember if it's 35 liters or 40 liters.
Yeah,
but
I think it's like
I think
it's 35 liters. Yeah, it's perfect size for us. It's a decent amount of room. Not a ton of room, but decent amount of room.
Will you be going to St. Martin?
Yep, I believe we'll stop there and maybe rebuild my engine there, our engine. Do we see bioluminescence all the time?
You want to know something gross? Our toilet is saltwater flush, so sometimes you can see it in the toilet.
When you flush the toilet, the bioluminescence are in there.
Concerns about mercury levels in fish. We're more concerned about ciguatera.
And we don't eat enough.
We don't catch enough
big
tuna
fish
to
be concerned about it. Yeah, if we were eating that big ocean fish every single day or like 5 days a week, then yeah. Ever surfed Cape Hatteras? No, but I'd like to. It was hard. We went through that area, but it seemed kind of difficult to find a spot to anchor and then go over to the other side to surf.
Definitely make a sailing Cyclops. Definitely make a video on the bioluminescence in the head. And we can now because now we have a
night vision camera thing is sick. We're gonna be using that. They're gonna sponsor a video. Yeah, it's a Psionics
Sport
Aurora Sport. It's really cool. It's like a full color night vision camera, and you can record and take pictures with it.
Ever meet sailing Nahoa? Not yet, but they seem pretty cool. Is there a fish you refuse to eat? We generally won't eat
barracuda,
cubera snapper, any snapper that is really, really big. Any of the bigger reef fish tend to have higher chances of ciguatera, which is like a bacteria, I think. Going back to school.
Something that makes you sick.
Yeah, and it never really leaves your system, so we really don't want that. Night vision binoculars. We don't have any, but that would be cool.
Yeah, if they work well, they could come in handy. Not too powerful. I find binoculars on a rocking sailboat, if they're too powerful, like it's too shaky to really use.
Did you see the fireworks at Port Louis? We were not in Port Louis for New Year's. We're actually in Martinique right now, so we did not get to see any fireworks. But I think we got to see fireworks during Carnival there. I can't remember correctly, but.
Do you stop in Anguilla? Is that how you say it? Anguilla or Anguilla?
Anguilla.
Am I right or is she right? I say Anguilla. She says Anguilla. But we would like to. That's where Victor likes to go, I think. And we would like to, but I just don't think we're gonna have enough time to explore.
But we're definitely gonna be there at some point.
At some point, in the next couple of years.
You're right.
I'm right. Anguilla. It's Anguilla.
And
that's a first.
Have the people that are saying Billy is correct, have you been there? Let's see you.
Dude, when do we get mad at each other? When I'm
Um,
grouchy.
Billy does a really weird. He's got some weird sinus issue, but he makes a really weird sound.
But it's helping me with my French, though.
Do your thing.
No, that's rude. What's the fastest you got adrenaline up to? Still 16.2 knots or 3? 16.3 knots off a block island. We're going to break the 20 knot barrier this year. I feel it.
Probably going from St. Martin to the BVIs.
Yeah. Or to Puerto Rico or to the Bahamas or to the DR. Because we have been doing all upwind sailing. It's hard to break past your hull speed or boat hull speed. I mean, it's different. Yeah, going upwind, but downwind surfing, we're going to break 20 knots.
Do you use a waterproof case or just trust the GoPro? So our GoPros are only rated to 30 feet. So when we dive, usually one of us has one without a case and one of us has one with the case. And whoever has the one with the case can dive deeper. But we ruined one going deeper than it was supposed to. So use a case if you're concerned.
Which one was that?
The 7 didn't work for a little bit, I think.
Did we fix it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But Bo and Brandy were on theirs the other day.
A couple weeks ago.
Are you a big wave guy?
How would you spell that thing that big reef fish have that you avoid? It's Ciguatera. C-I-G-U-E-T-E-R-A or something?
T-R-A, yeah.
C-I-G-U-T-E-R-A, something like that.
I think it's a type of like dinoflagellate that like lives in the coral, and then the fish eat it, and then it builds up on itself in the fish's system. So when a bigger fish eats a smaller fish, now you got a bio accumulation of this poison bacteria.
Do you recommend a cat or a mono for beginner? I'd say mono and a small monohull too. Mono. For learning. Yeah. You get it, especially when you get hit with big gusts, you can feel it more. You can feel the boat more. The boat will heel, so it'll dump the wind instead of potentially breaking something on like you could on a multi-hull.
What are you guys doing right now? Besides watching the video? Did you eat dinner already? You know, it's 9 o'clock here, but if you're in Florida, it's 8 o'clock.
I know, but we haven't eaten dinner already because we zoomed straight from our errand straight to do this live chat, hang out with you guys. Can you tell we're a little hungry? You can get stabilized binoculars. My dad gave me a pair, actually, of his old gyro stabilized binoculars, but still they're really powerful and it's really shaky. It's not enough of a stabilization, but they do work, definitely better than nothing.
How's our Dyneema working out?
Really?
We just had some weird engine issues.
Yeah, I gotta look into what it is. Just kind of bogging down for a second. I think it's just a clogged screen or something. But yeah, besides that, everything, the dinghy's been working great. Amazing.
Someone earlier asked about how many times a week we work out.
Oh, it's been bad.
We tried to work. We did a really good workout yesterday. We tried to work out every day. The past 2 weeks, maybe, we've only been working out like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
I mean, one of those days is yoga.
Optimally, it'd be 5 to 6 days a week of a good workout, some stretching on top of that, and then living an active lifestyle on top of that. It hasn't really been like that. It's been like half of that in general. All right, guys, the screen's getting a little blurry. I'm getting a little tired here.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us.
We got to stand for 30 more seconds, though, to hit 2 hours.
Anyone have any questions we didn't answer yet? What are your pet names for each other? Lovey. He called me anything else?
I call you Sierra once in a while.
When Billy calls me by my name, it's, did I do something wrong? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all have exciting plans for this year. When going ashore, do you carry your passports with you? That's a good question.
No, we don't. Not once we're checked in. Should we?
No, I think each have a picture of our passports on our phone just in case.
Yeah.
And we always have a picture of Jay's paperwork on my phone just in case.
Clint asked, do you suggest a diesel or gas for a Liveaboard? 36 foot. I don't know what it is. Maybe probably a trawler or I don't know. But it just depends if you want to go long range. I think diesels just generally are more fuel efficient. And then how you store that fuel. Diesel is obviously a little bit safer. You don't have combustible fumes. So take those into consideration. If you're just living on it or not really going far, or you want to get somewhere fast and it's a gas engine that's going to do that, then that might be for you. Gas engines are a little bit cheaper. All right.
Diving with a knife yet? Do we wear a knife?
No, we should though. They're right in our dive thing. It's just one more piece of gear, but we really, really should. That's actually important.
Sorry, just trying to read.
Is an electric engine better overall? I don't know. It's still new. I really like the idea of electric, but it's still new. I think a good system, especially on a multi-hull, where you have a lot of surface area for solar, it would be hybrid electric, where you have 2 electric motors, but you still have a diesel generator to power them if you need to. So, yeah, just putting that one out there.
Did you get any filming during the Virgin Run with Bo and Brandy? If you did, will we be seeing any of it? I think you're talking about the hash run in Grenada, and yeah, I was with them a lot, and I'm definitely in it. So go watch their video. I don't know if it's up yet, and if it's not, I think it's up this week.
Do we ever run into Sailing Atticus? They're in the Western Caribbean. We're in the Eastern Caribbean, so we haven't ran into them on the water at all. We saw them at the Annapolis Boat Show, though, but they're super nice. We would love to hang out with them. Our friends, Connor and Steph, on board.
Or I think with them right
Grace, now. Yeah, they were hanging out with them for a bit. All right. We got to go, you guys. We got to eat some dinner. We got a baguette and some cheese and meat.
And we have to take Jetty to the BEACH.
So we'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this live stream.
We appreciate it very, very much. We hope you all have a fabulous new year. I'm seeing more comments about Sailing Zangara. If you're interested in what happened with their boat and you want to support them, make sure you go check out their Patreon page, and you can see what happened and give them a little love over there, because they are our sister ship and we love them.
All right, you guys, we will see you later.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!